Music inspires common human feelings and bridges gaps between cultures, gender, age, and physicality that spoken languages cannot.
Music is the universal language. It allows people to communicate regardless of any context they need to put it in. Imagine the happy birthday song. When you think it through in your head, it conjures up all sorts of images that you've remembered from previous times. Music has that unique ability to help you store and remember images, emotions, feelings, and times.
Throughout time, music has been the cornerstone of building community. It is the one thing that every culture has in common.
Music can contribute to a person's well-being in so many ways. The first way I think of is connection. Even if you're singing at home alone in the shower, you're connecting with the person that wrote that song and maybe the artist who recorded it, but you're also hopefully making music with other people, and that causes you to have a connection with other people. Or maybe you go to a concert hall, to a club, and you're enjoying music with other people, and it allows you to connect with people in a way that maybe you wouldn't otherwise.
Created by Grammy Award-winning designer Richard Cook, Freenotes Harmony Park was created in order to provide public access to real musical instruments.
Freenotes Harmony Park dates from 1995 when we installed the first instruments in Moab's Rotary Park. And the inspiration for that came from a music camp for adults that myself and Paul Winter had created in Connecticut 10 years prior. Freenotes Harmony Park musical instruments actually are real instruments that people can use to play intuitional music. The instruments are set up so there's no wrong notes, no tuning, and no difficult movements. And really, the instruments have taken flight on their own. The company history is largely an account of us trying to keep up with the demand for outdoor music in public spaces. So I designed musical instruments specifically to make it effortless for people to play music together.
What's really fun about Freenotes is, for one thing, it's visually gorgeous, it's stimulating, it's colorful, and it just draws you in. And it creates an opportunity for spontaneous art making. What I've noticed with the kids is they just dive in and they instantly start composing music. But what's really fun is the adults do as well. They might be a little more shy about it, and they're teaching their children, I think, along the way. But together, it's quite a family experience.
Freenotes are an ensemble of real instruments with distinct pure tones that blend into soothing sounds. These percussion instruments are perfectly tuned and make musical expression accessible to everyone, regardless of musical training.
I learned to play music at an early age, but reading music was really always a bit of an impediment. These musical instruments allow anyone without any preconception, without any analysis, to play delightful strings of tones that have a pure quality of sound that creates an instantaneous response of joy. And people can play together effortlessly because the instruments are designed to have complementary scales and no wrong notes.
A staple in playgrounds for encouraging creative tactile play, Freenotes instruments are now highly sought for a wide variety of outdoor settings.
Part of our goal at our organization is to create community through music. So by putting these instruments outside where anybody can come by at any time and play them, really allows us to help create that community.
They are installed in many different outdoor settings today. They're in a lot of parks, hospitals, daycares, schools, elderly centers. The availability of outdoor settings just goes on and on.
Playing music outdoors in nature is a wonderful experience in that it is a sensory panorama, and the birds and sounds of nature and the rustlings of leaves, the breeze, all contribute to a sense of freedom and joy, which are exactly the cornerstones of the Freenotes experience.
Freenotes instruments are placed at an optimum 30-degree angle for maximum ease of play by children, adults, elders, and people with physical and cognitive challenges.
At the park here, we have little children that come and they try all the instruments to see how they sound. We call them pollinators. There's a lot of people that come here and they'll pick an instrument and they'll get in a rhythm, and then others will join, and it just sounds like beautiful music.
Music can be a motivating and fun way to reach all children, particularly children who have special learning needs.
There is a lot of work going on with Freenotes, with disabled people, the elderly. There's scientific research where they're using it to treat Asperger's, autism, dementia.
Children with sensory processing disorder do not process sensations the same way you or I do. The sympathetic nervous system is the part of your brain that has a fight or flight reaction to sensation. We see this often in our children. They get a sound, they get a touch, it's unexpected. We see a fight or flight reaction. With the instruments, we never see those kinds of reactions, so the children are much more calm and much more in a place where the brain is ready to learn.
They're hearing it, feeling it, seeing it, and that creates a retention that you wouldn't get if you were just listening to music.
Because they sound great no matter what you play or where you hit them, anybody can play the instrument, and they have an instant success experience with music, which is really something that the inventor of the instruments, Richard Cook, was really trying to seek. He wanted everybody to be able to experience music and feel good about it.
After exploring the Freenotes instruments and having fun making beautiful sounds, there are some self-guided playtivities that can be used to further discover new musical sounds alone or with friends.
Basically, they're games. For example, one is, play your name going up the instrument. So my name is Gary Cook, and it's da-da-da. That's the rhythm of it. The melody is Gary Cook. It goes up the instrument. So if a player hadn't really explored going up the instrument, that will, in a sense, lead them into that experience. Then the other aspect of the play activities is they discover things about themselves. The brain thinking about what is my name, and then translating that into some kind of physical motion at the instrument that results in a sound. In a sense, they develop a vocabulary at playing the instrument.
When people come here and they experience this musical park, they go home and they want to have a musical park in their community. And it's really starting to spread. It's a great trend where community can all get together and enjoy music in an outdoor setting and create a whole new concept for outdoor spaces.
For more information, visit www.freenotesharmonypark.com